Every morning you step into your shower and breathe in black mold. The steam from your hot water carries fungal spores straight into your lungs. Your children do the same thing, naked, with their pores wide open, in a sealed room with zero ventilation. Those black lines between your shower tiles are not dirt. They are living colonies of fungus feeding on moisture, skin cells, and soap residue right where you stand barefoot every single day. And every hot shower turns your bathroom into an aerosol chamber of invisible spores that you inhale for 10 to 15 minutes straight. A professional mold remediation company will charge you $1,500 to $9,000 to fix this. If the mold is already spread behind your tiles into the drywall, a full bathroom renovation runs $10,000 to $25,000. But a $1 box of baking soda and a $1 bottle of hydrogen peroxide will kill it overnight. Not mask it, not bleach the surface, not push it deeper into the silicone where it grows back in 2 weeks. Kill it, roots and all, for less than the price of a gas station coffee. The cleaning product industry generates over $250 billion a year selling you specialized sprays, foams, gels, and chemical solutions for every surface in your house. A paste made from 2 ingredients your grandmother already had under her kitchen sink threatens that entire business model. You cannot patent baking soda, you cannot build a subscription around hydrogen peroxide, and you cannot charge $12 for something that costs $1. So the cheapest mold killer on earth has been buried under an avalanche of marketing and manufactured complexity. This is the story of the $2 fix the cleaning industry prayed you would never discover. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you are not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what they buried. In 1828, a French chemist named Nicolas Leblanc had already been dead for more than 2 decades, but the compound he helped bring to the industrial world, sodium bicarbonate, was just beginning its quiet revolution across Europe. Bakers discovered it could make bread rise without yeast, and doctors prescribed it dissolved in water for stomach ailments and chronic indigestion. And housewives across France, England, and Germany discovered something the chemical industry would spend the next 2 centuries trying to make you forget. A simple paste of baking soda mixed with water or vinegar could clean almost any surface in the home. Grease, stains, odors, mildew, and yes, the black fungus growing in damp corners of stone and tile bathrooms. By 1846, a small factory in New York City began mass-producing baking soda under a brand you still recognize on grocery shelves today. Arm & Hammer put a 1-pound box of sodium bicarbonate in nearly every American kitchen by the end of the 19th century. For the next 100 years, that single yellow box was the cleaning arsenal of the entire household. Floors, sinks, bathtubs, ovens, countertops, laundry, teeth, and the dark mildew creeping along bathroom grout lines. No family needed 15 different bottles crammed under the kitchen sink because one box handled practically everything, and it cost pennies. Then the 1950s arrived and everything changed. The post-war chemical boom flooded American homes with an explosion of specialized cleaning products. A different spray for the kitchen counter, a different foam for the bathtub, a different gel for the toilet bowl, a different solution for the glass, and a different powder for the floor. Television commercials showed smiling housewives in spotless kitchens, surrounded by a rainbow of branded bottles with scientific-sounding names. The message was engineered and relentless. Simple solutions are primitive, and modern families need modern chemistry to keep a proper home. By 1970, the average American household had shifted from 1 box of baking soda to over a dozen different cleaning products stored under the sink. That shift was not driven by scientific evidence that these products performed better. It was driven by billions of dollars in advertising designed to manufacture a problem and then sell you the branded solution, 1 specialized bottle at a time. Stay with me, because the science behind what is actually happening inside your shower every morning is something most people have never heard, and the data tells a story the cleaning aisle does not want you to read. A landmark meta-analysis of 33 peer-reviewed studies published by researchers at the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory found something alarming. Exposure to indoor dampness and mold increases the occurrence of respiratory health problems by 30 to 50%. Not a marginal uptick, a 30 to 50% increase in coughing, wheezing, nasal congestion, and asthma attacks directly linked to household mold exposure. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirms that mold spores in indoor air cause coughing, sneezing, wheezing, eye irritation, skin rashes, and chronic nasal congestion. The Cleveland Clinic states that people with asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, allergies, or compromised immune systems face the greatest risk from prolonged mold exposure. And the World Health Organization has identified over 180 different mycotoxins, toxic compounds produced by various mold species, many of which cause harm when inhaled over extended periods. Now, here is the part that connects all of this directly to your morning routine. Your bathroom is the single worst room in your entire house for concentrated mold exposure. It is a small enclosed space, often with a closed door, minimal or zero ventilation, and warm, humid air trapped inside after every hot shower. The steam rising from your shower head does not just fog up your mirror and make the walls sweat. It physically lifts mold spores off those black caulk lines between your tiles and suspends them in the warm, moist air filling the entire room. You are standing there with the door closed for privacy, breathing deeply, skin fully exposed, pores open from the heat, inhaling contaminated air for 10 to 15 minutes. Every single morning for years, and you cannot see the spores floating in the steam, but they are present in every breath you take during that shower. Children breathe faster than adults and take in a proportionally higher dose of airborne spores relative to their body weight, and elderly family members with weakened lungs absorb spores at a rate their bodies can no longer effectively filter. And anyone with a compromised immune system is receiving the highest concentration of fungal particles in the most enclosed room of their entire house. Most Americans have no idea this is happening because nobody connects their chronic morning cough or recurring sinus headache to the black lines in the shower they walk past every single day. This video is just the surface of what has been hidden from you, and I have collected everything the cleaning industry does not want you to know all in one place. The complete Forbidden Camping Vault. Inside, you will find the $2 mold killer paste method that outperforms $60 professional sprays in laboratory comparisons. The overnight plastic wrap technique that extracts black mold from deep inside silicone caulk without any scrubbing. The 3-ingredient drain cleaner that dissolves organic buildup. The plumber charges $200 to snake out. The military-grade odor elimination technique using common pantry items that costs less than a cup of coffee. Natural pest repellents that indigenous cultures across 4 continents perfected, centuries before chemical corporations existed. Emergency water purification methods that field engineers tested in disaster zones and could not believe actually worked. Fire starting techniques the military once classified as unnecessary for civilian knowledge. And much more. Over 10 complete guides in one place. No fluff, no filler, straight to the point, and the link is in the description. But stay right here, because this video is just getting started and the heaviest revelation is still ahead. Now here is where the science gets genuinely disturbing. Mold does not just sit on the surface of your caulk, like a stain you can wipe away with a cloth. It grows roots, called hyphae, microscopic thread-like structures that penetrate deep into the porous silicone material. That is the reason bleach-based sprays never deliver a permanent result, no matter how hard you scrub. Chlorine bleach is effective at killing organic material on hard, non-porous surfaces like glass, porcelain, or ceramic tile. But on porous materials like silicone caulk, bleach kills only what it touches on the outer surface layer. The water in the bleach solution actually adds moisture to the deeper layers of the silicone, which feeds the mold roots that survived underneath. Within 2 to 4 weeks, those black lines return because the root structure embedded inside the caulk was never reached and never destroyed. The cleaning industry absolutely loves this cycle because it is the engine that drives repeat purchases. You see the mold, you buy the spray, you scrub for 20 minutes, it looks clean, you feel accomplished, and 2 weeks later, the black lines reappear, so you buy another bottle and start the whole process over again. This is not a flaw in their product design. This is the business model itself. Engineered repeat purchase, driven by designed failure. Meanwhile, a thick paste of baking soda mixed with 3% hydrogen peroxide does something no commercial spray can replicate. The paste sits in direct contact with the mold for hours instead of seconds. The baking soda creates an alkaline environment that disrupts the cellular structure of the mold colony while acting as a mild abrasive. The hydrogen peroxide releases active oxygen molecules that penetrate into the porous silicone and kill mold spores on contact at the root level. Together, they create a sustained, slow-release chemical reaction that reaches depths where spray products simply evaporate before doing any damage. After 4 to 8 hours, sealed under plastic wrap, the paste turns dark brown or black because the mold has been physically drawn out of the caulk and absorbed into the paste like a poultice. Wipe it away, and the caulk underneath is white again. Not surface clean, where the black returns in 2 weeks. Deep clean because the root system was destroyed. Scientists at the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences confirmed that even small amounts of bathroom mold contribute to measurable indoor health risks when left untreated over time. A long-term study tracking 14 hospital workers in Finland who were exposed to indoor mold over several years found that 4 of them developed asthma during the study period. Many of the remaining workers suffered chronic sinus infections, persistent coughing, recurring fevers, and muscle pain throughout the duration of their exposure. The Berkeley National Laboratory research team concluded that reducing indoor dampness and eliminating mold contamination could cut household respiratory illness rates by an estimated 30 to 50%. These are not fringe claims from alternative health blogs. This is peer-reviewed science, published in major medical and environmental health journals, cited by government agencies worldwide. And the solution costs less than $2 at any grocery store in America. If you have made it this far, you already know more about shower mold exposure than 99% of American homeowners. Subscribe and share this with someone whose shower has those black lines between the tiles. Everything the cleaning industry buried is inside the forbidden camping vault. The link is in the description. Now stay with me, because the next section is the heaviest of them all. So why does nobody tell you about the $2 fix? Why does every hardware store in America have an entire aisle dedicated to mold removal products costing $8, $12, $15, even $20 per bottle? Why do professional remediation companies charge thousands of dollars to do what baking soda and hydrogen peroxide accomplish overnight for $2? Why does your doctor never mention that the chronic cough you complain about every winter might be connected to the black lines in your shower? The answer to every single one of those questions is the same word, money. So follow the money, and the silence makes perfect sense. The global cleaning products industry generates over $300 billion in annual revenue. In the United States alone, household cleaning product sales exceed $55 billion per year. Surface cleaners, the category that includes mold removal sprays, account for more than $86 billion globally. Companies like Clorox, Procter & Gamble, Reckitt Benckiser, Henkel, and SC Johnson control the vast majority of shelf space in every supermarket and hardware store in the country. Their entire business model depends on one foundational belief that they have spent decades engineering into the American consumer mind. The belief that cleaning requires specialized chemical formulas sold in branded bottles at premium prices. You cannot patent baking soda because it is a naturally occurring compound that has existed for centuries. You cannot trademark hydrogen peroxide because it is a basic chemical available in generic form at every pharmacy and dollar store. You cannot create a subscription model or a loyalty program around ingredients that cost $1 and last for months of use. A product that solves a household problem permanently with a single application obliterates the repeat purchase cycle. And the repeat purchase cycle is not a side feature of the $300 billion cleaning industry. It is the foundation the entire structure is built upon. Think about what happens if every American household discovers that a $2 paste kills shower mold more effectively and more permanently than a $12 branded spray. Millions of bottles sit unsold on store shelves collecting dust instead of revenue, and entire product lines become unnecessary overnight. Shelf space in hardware stores and supermarket cleaning aisles shrinks because there is nothing left to stock. Advertising budgets collapse because you cannot run commercials for products nobody needs to buy anymore. The cleaning industry does not need you to have a clean bathroom. It needs you to keep cleaning your bathroom with their products, month after month, season after season, year after year, from the day you move in to the day you sell the house. A permanent solution is the existential enemy of a business model built entirely on recurring revenue and planned obsolescence. So the $2 fix has stayed buried for decades under an avalanche of marketing dollars, laboratory coat imagery, and manufactured complexity. And millions of American families keep breathing fungal spores every morning because they genuinely believe the only options available to them are expensive sprays that temporarily work, or expensive professionals they cannot afford. The mold in your shower is not a cleaning problem, it is an information problem. And now you have the information. Here's exactly what to do, and it takes less than 15 minutes of active work. Option 1 is for surface level mold where the black lines are visible, but the caulk itself is still intact and flexible. The silicone is not crumbled, it is not pulled away from the wall, it is just discolored with dark gray or black streaks. First, open your bathroom window or turn on the exhaust fan to create airflow because mold spores will be released during the cleaning process. Put on a pair of rubber gloves and a basic dust mask to protect yourself. In a small mixing bowl, combine baking soda with 3% hydrogen peroxide and stir until you get a thick paste about the consistency of toothpaste. Apply the paste generously over every single black line of caulk in your shower using a small spatula, an old butter knife, or even your gloved finger. Make sure the paste covers the mold completely with a thick, visible layer. Do not spread it too thin. Now take a roll of plastic kitchen wrap, the same kind you use to cover leftover food, and press it firmly over all the paste-covered areas. The plastic wrap serves a critical purpose. It keeps the paste wet and in full sustained contact with the mold for hours instead of drying out and losing effectiveness. Leave it for a minimum of 4 hours. But overnight is ideal if the mold discoloration is heavy or has been there for a long time. When you come back and peel away the plastic wrap, the paste will have changed color to dark brown or black because the mold has been physically extracted out of the silicone and absorbed into the baking soda paste. Scrub gently with an old toothbrush to remove the residue and rinse everything with clean water. The caulk underneath will be white, the mold will be gone, and your shower will look like it was professionally deep cleaned. That transformation from black to white in a single overnight treatment is the moment that makes this technique impossible to forget once you have seen it. Total cost of materials roughly $2, and total time spent actively working about 15 minutes. Option 2 is for mold that has penetrated so deep into the silicone that the caulk itself is deteriorating. if your caulk is crumbling, peeling away from the tile, or if the black discoloration remains even after the paste treatment. The silicone has been compromised and needs full replacement. Same safety precautions apply: rubber gloves, dust mask, and good ventilation. Use a $5 caulk removal tool or basic utility knife to carefully strip out all the old silicone from between the tiles and along the edges of the shower basin. Once the old caulk is removed, spray the exposed gap in the surrounding area with undiluted white vinegar to kill any remaining spores hiding in the crevice. Let the area dry completely for 24 to 48 hours with the bathroom fan running or the window open. Then apply a new bead of mold-resistant silicone caulk, which costs about $5 for a tube at any hardware store. Smooth the line with a damp finger for a clean, professional finish, and let it cure for 24 hours before using the shower again. Your bathroom will look brand new, as if a contractor spent an entire weekend renovating it. Total cost for the complete recalking job, roughly $10. Now compare those numbers to what the professional route would cost you. A mold inspection alone runs $200 to $600, just for someone to come look at it and tell you what you can already see with your own eyes. Professional mold remediation for a bathroom ranges from $500 for a minor surface treatment to $8,000 if the contamination has spread. And if the mold penetrated behind the tiles and into the drywall behind your shower walls, you are looking at a full bathroom renovation that averages $12,000 and regularly exceeds $25,000. You just saved somewhere between $500 and $25,000 using ingredients from the baking aisle of your grocery store. Now I need to be honest with you because credibility matters more than hype. Baking soda and hydrogen peroxide are not magic, and they are not a solution for every mold situation. If the mold in your bathroom covers more than 10 square feet total, or if you can see fuzzy, dark growth on the actual wall surface behind loose or cracked tiles, that is beyond a surface treatment. At that point, the mold has likely colonized the drywall behind the tile, and you should consult a professional remediator before attempting anything yourself. If anyone in your household has severe asthma, chronic lung disease, or immune deficiency conditions, wear a proper respirator rated for particulate filtration during cleaning, not just a basic dust mask. And if you detect a persistent musty odor even after cleaning all visible mold, there may be hidden fungal growth behind the walls that requires professional assessment with moisture detection equipment. But here's the reality that matters for the vast majority of people watching this video. For roughly 90% of American showers, those black marked caulk lines are surface level mold that a $2 paste will eliminate completely. The cleaning industry spent decades and billions of dollars making sure you never learned that simple fact. They engineered an entire aisle of products to keep you trapped in a cycle of temporary fixes and repeat purchases. They spent fortunes on commercials showing laboratory scientists in white coats formulating complex chemical solutions to make you feel that cleaning requires expertise in expensive branded products. But your grandparents knew the truth before television existed. One box of baking soda under the kitchen sink handled the bathroom, the kitchen, the laundry, and the floor. We did not lose this knowledge because it stopped working. We were sold a lie that simple means ineffective, that cheap means inferior, that you need their patented formulas, their branded packaging, their $15 trigger spray bottle to solve a problem that baking soda has been solving for over 150 years. The mold in your shower did not outsmart you. The industry outsmarted you into forgetting what already worked. This knowledge never died, and it was never truly lost. It was waiting under your kitchen sink this entire time, in a yellow box that costs $1. Go check your shower right now, today, before your next morning shower. Run your finger along those caulk lines between the tiles. If they are black, if they are dark gray, if there is any discoloration at all, your family has been breathing mold spores every single morning, and you now know exactly how to stop it. Fix it tonight for $2, and wake up tomorrow to a bathroom that looks like it was just renovated. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe and share it with every homeowner, renter, and parent you know. Every single share preserves what the cleaning industry has spent billions trying to bury. The next vault opens soon, and what is inside is even heavier.